Matt, was any of this, even the unanimity of it, unexpected? And how important is this for Biogen?
So, answering backwards, it's very important, but it was also largely expected. This is pretty much the outcome that most people on Wall Street and also most researchers who are watching the space have been expecting. I mean, maybe people might have been wondering whether it would be a fully unanimous vote. And there were some people who came off the panel, but really, yeah, pretty much expected.
So these Alzheimer's drugs are expected to be a $13 billion market by 2030, I believe. And I'm wondering about the implications for Eli Lilly, which is by market cap around 10 times bigger than Biogen, I think. They've got this drug, I think it's called donanemab, which sounds like a Babylonian king from the Bible.
Generic names are always hard.
Okay, that's better, maybe. That's supposed to be out by the end of the year. What are the implications for them? Is this more competition, or is this a market that's forming that's going to be a good environment for them?
Well, it's both. I mean, donanemab tested in a slightly different population. They did more pre-testing. They had very strong results from what we've seen of them. We still haven't seen a full data presentation. But there's obviously going to be some competition, and we're just starting to get a sense of what the product profiles are. It's obviously a very big market. Obviously, a lot of that Eli Lilly run-up is around the obesity market, where we have a similar situation where Lilly's coming. We all hear about the Novo drug, semaglutide, but Lilly's coming in with another one, Mounjaro, even more weight loss. So, but here in Alzheimer's, I think that it's hard to call, but a lot of it's going to be a slower market to build because we have to deal with, this is really a step along the way of getting Medicare coverage.
Yeah.
And the issue is going to be Medicare is going to start off requiring all these patients go into a database. That may slow things down initially, but it looks like they're going to be covered. And there are a lot of people who could be taking these drugs. A lot of people get Alzheimer's. On
pricing, then, how significant is this based on the kind of bureaucracy involved that's necessary to deal with, but then also how much you can reasonably charge for a serious condition that affects a lot of people?
I think that's really going to come down much more to the dance with Medicare than it is with this FDA approval. I mean, again, it would have been a shock if this hadn't gone through. It's honestly not a huge surprise. Unanimous vote is never a bad thing, but it's not even that much of a surprise that it got one. These were really strong clinical data. Some of the discussion that has still been ongoing about exactly who the groups are where you're going to have to worry about side effects. There are groups who have double copies of one of the genes that causes Alzheimer's. There are groups that have a condition where the amyloid builds up in blood vessels, the stuff that this removes, and they seem to be at potentially higher risk for bleeds. Like, that's going to be a lot of that discussion. But they're going to be able to charge a lot. It's going to be interesting to see how that dance goes. Obviously, we watched Biogen previously kind of mess that up with the last drug in this class, Aduhelm, but that drug also didn't have very good data.
So a different situation here, better data, and certainly a very important space for these companies. To be playing in. Matt, thank you. Matt Herper.